Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm here back again with another chalkboard lesson. So for today, what we're going to talk about is what's more important, tracking your steps or tracking your calories, because we've had a lot of coaching clients now that we've made, emphasize and pay more attention to their stats on their watch. But then other clients are hearing certain things that they're saying and not getting the full information of everything. So what I want to make sure that we have complete clarity over what's most important between these two. And if you're not losing weight, what you need to focus most on. So where I want to start is first, the best thing that you should do, even before going any further with this video, is depending what app you're using. So if you're using Apple, go to Apple Health, not the fitness rings, but Apple Health, and pull up your steps averages over the last, say, week or month. Then go to your average calories and pull up that average. If you're on Fitbit, all you got to do is click on calories or click on steps and you can pull up your averages there. If you're on the Amazon watch, you'll do the same exact thing. So when you're doing that, what you want to get is your average. So I gave an example here of like average steps per day is 9,000, average calorie burn per day is 2,200. So that's the first part you want to start with, is look at that. And then over the last month or last week where you pulled those averages from, have you lost weight? If the answer is no, you haven't lost weight, then that's not enough to get you there. But we at least need a starting point, so make sure you still have that information. If you have lost weight over that time period, this is going to tell us at what rate you're losing it at and like what you need to do to make sure you keep losing at that same rate. So the examples I gave here is, so if these are your two averages here for steps and for calories, I just gave some examples of certain days. So like the first example I put, the person had 8,000 steps, but somehow they burned 2,500 calories. So they had less steps than their average and they had more total calorie burn. So how does that happen? What you're going to find is your activity and the intensity of the activity is going to determine these numbers a lot of the times. And so what you'll find is some of your weekend days, for instance, maybe you're having 5,000 more steps, 4,000 more steps in your normal day, but then you look at your calorie burn and it's like 400 less or 500 less. It's because your intensity wasn't there. It's not like a workout. Your heart rate didn't get as high. So your body's demand for energy wasn't as high, which means you didn't burn as many calories. Because at the end of the day, that's what calories are. They're a unit of energy, and how much are we going to use of them each day? So going on with the examples here. So I have like the next day, they did 11,000 steps, but burned less than their average. So this would be an example of like a weekend day where you're really busy, maybe at a theme park, but you weren't like really getting your heart rate up too much. Then we have a 9,000 step day with a 2,300. Then we have like a really lazy kind of weekend day with 6,500, and then coming over with 1,900 calories for the calorie burn. And then I give a very similar example where it's only 300 more steps, but it's 300 more calorie burn. And so what that might have been is something where it was maybe like a jog or a quick, 10-minute high intensity workout in their living room. It might have been a Zoom workout that day. There could have been a lot of things, but those factors, when you start adding it up, even if you just had 300 more calorie burn per day over the course of the week, it almost equals 1 full extra pound of fat. So where we basically go from here is like, how fast do you want to lose? Like, what's your rate? Do you want to go 2 pounds a week, 3 pounds a week, 1 pound a week? And then you kind of work backwards from there. So I gave the examples here. This is the deficit you need to have per day in order to hit 1 pound of weight loss per week. So you need to have a 500 calorie deficit daily to have a 1 pound loss. You need to have a 750 deficit daily to have a 1.5 pound. You need to have a 1,000 calorie deficit daily to have 2 pounds, and then 1,500 to hit 3 pounds. Now, this whole thing really depends on, are you doing this consistently? It can't just be one day. It can't just be, one workout. It needs to be on the consistent basis over the entire course of the time that you're trying to lose this weight for. If you fall below that average, you're not going to hit those goals as fast. And every day that you don't hit those averages or the goals you need to hit, you think it sets you back one day, but like if you miss 500 calories in a day, that might take you 5 extra days of burning 100 extra calories for 5 consecutive days, which just doesn't happen, guys. So the biggest thing and the biggest lesson out of today is focus on the calorie burn, because your steps are just a unit of measurement and a tool to get you to the calorie burn. But at the end of the day, if we don't burn enough calories, we are not going to lose enough weight. So shift your focus, pay attention to your steps because it matters. But if you're noticing your calories aren't burning enough, if you're not losing enough weight, your steps that equal these calories isn't enough intensity. So you either need to step up and do way more steps, or you need to do more endurance, more intensity, more just physicality during those time periods, and you'll burn a whole lot more calories. So hopefully that helps. Bust those calories out. If you're not hitting the numbers you want, it's because you're not putting in the effort there, or you're eating like an asshole in the kitchen. So clean up the diet. That would be the next step to go from here. I think that's it, guys. Good ramble. We'll start putting these chalkboard lessons every day, or until I run out of ideas for you guys. So make sure you keep asking questions. These have both come from your feedback the last 2 days, so keep it coming.